back with another video. If you are new, welcome to Tara Game. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for this video. Go watch some more of my videos. You will not be disappointed. And if you are not new, welcome back, y'all. My goal is 8,000 subscribers by July. So if you're not subscribed, baby, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right there down below. Okay, so as you guys can see by the title, I am doing a how to pass your driver's license test and the do's and don'ts. And then I'm also going to tell you a story time of my driver's test. I passed on my first try, and I'm going to leave all the links down below, what I did, how I studied, how I, pulled it together and passed my driver's test. Took one try, baby. The first thing you need to do, you need to have your learners, of course. So I am from DC. I live in DC, so I took my learner's test when I was 17. I had to wait 6 months in order to take my driver's test. What you have to do during the 6 months, you have to have 40 hours of driving. So make sure you have that, or they will not even give you your license. It was no point in you taking the test because they make you turn in the hours after the fact. So make sure you have those 40 hours and you get it all set and done. This, again, you only have to have 40 hours if you are under the age of 18. So yeah. The second thing I went driving. My mom took me around the route, made sure I was really comfortable with driving. Let me rewind. Okay, so if you have bad anxiety, I would drive with someone who's not going to give you bad anxiety. Driving school, that's what I did. I took about 2 sessions because, yeah, I have bad anxiety. And you know how your family can get, they feel like you're about to hit something, maybe. Yeah, it's just not a good feeling. So for my people with really bad anxiety, I would either drive around with somebody who's not going to like freak you out, or just take student driving school because they have a brake on their side, so it'll make you feel more comfortable when you are driving. Okay, so now we're going to get into the story time of my driver's test, the morning of, how I felt to how it happened. All right, make sure you plan your test on a day that is not a lot of traffic, and then a time when it's not rush hour, just to be on the safe side so that you can be prepared for the test. So to prepare myself for the test, I basically took student driving lessons. It really helps too. I took about 2, and yeah, you don't really need to take a lot when you have family members who let you drive. So the next thing I did to study tips, I watched this video. It's like a virtual video, like, virtual goggles. I watched a video about a roundabout because a roundabout is in the DC test if you live in the DC area. Yeah, you're gonna have to go around a roundabout, which is pretty scary. So I did a virtual. I'll leave the link down below. I watched a virtual video, and it's like you can see like 360 all around you, and it like showed you like what you were supposed to do, like as you were driving. So you would like act like you were driving, and then you would like look. They'll ask you what you're supposed to do before you go around about, and what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to yield to the people coming around you. So you always yield before going a roundabout, and make sure you look before you go, and don't hit the brakes right away. Make sure you like slow down, look, make sure it's clear. Stop if there's somebody coming, but if there's nobody, there's nobody coming, and you see nobody coming, still look. Make sure you look and then go, because they don't care. They'll fill you right on the spot. Another thing I did, I meditated a lot. I really did. I made sure I was calmed down. I made sure my anxiety, I put some incense around the rooms. Like, I really calmed myself down and made sure I was okay in order to and prepare before I even booked the appointment. I watched a lot of videos of people taking their tests. So it really made me comfortable. I was like, oh, I could do this. I know I can drive like this. It really, 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 really just helps watching other people do it. And then I also watched other people explain their story times, what they did wrong, and wish they could take it back. Okay, I went in, I got there. Make sure you're there 15 minutes early. That's what I was. I was there. My appointment was at 11:30. I made sure I got there. Actually, my appointment was from 11 to 12. I made sure I got there at 10:45. I make sure I was there before the time because, yeah. And another thing you need to do, you need to have a car that doesn't have the engine light on, baby. So I just rented the car with a student driver company, so a driving school company. I basically rented a car with them, and they really, really helped me prior to the test. You can also, if you live in DC, I don't know about anywhere else, but if you're in DC, you can take your driver's license test in a driving school. So I would really just do that because you can't do it with the school you practiced with, though. You have to do it with the school that you've never been to and you're not already a student of. So I wish I did that because everybody who was doing it with the student driving school was passing like they felt so comfortable. The man who I rented a car from, I wish he gave me my test. Make sure you have your learners with you. Yeah, make sure you have your learners. Make sure you call the person or have the person you're with, whose car you're using. Make sure they're there. Make sure they have their license. Make sure they have everything for their car, such as registration. Make sure their record is good. That's the first thing you need to do. Make sure you have a car that you're comfortable with, not no big truck, because it gives you and the person who is testing anxiety. So make sure, I would recommend a smaller car just because it's easier and it's just more comfortable to me because I'm short, so a smaller car is definitely more comfortable. So yeah, I made sure I had a small car. So after that, I had to wait like about 20 to 30 minutes. You're not gonna go right away because meanwhile, there's already people taking their tests. There's like a whole bunch from different age ranges. So that's why you need to make sure you get there during your time slot because the DMV people are not nice at all. So the next thing I did, I waited about 20 to 30 minutes, and then the man whose car I was renting, your girl was getting a little nervous, but I told myself to like calm down. And then the man whose car I was renting was like, just calm down, you got this. Nothing to worry about, just breathe, you know what you're doing. You got this far, don't blow. So basically so another thing you have to do, you're gonna have to know what everything is, to the wipers, to the signals, to how to turn the lights on. You have to know all of that. You have to know where the emergency brake is. You have to know all of that stuff. But everything in the car that is priority, the front, the wipers, how to turn the wipers on, the back wipers, all of that, baby. The next thing they did, I had to wait in the car, and then the man came. All right, so we doing all good, right? He's like, okay, make a right out the parking lot. So I started to make a right. So before I exited out the DMV, there was literally no cars coming. I put my blinkers on, everything was going good. And then I didn't want to hit the curb, so I turned a little wide. And he told me he took a point off of that. But it wasn't a big point, but make sure you guys turn into your lane. I kind of turned out, even though there wasn't no cars coming. I was a little bit nervous. Make sure you turn inside your lane. Make sure you practice turning inside. Another thing is, don't ever take your hands off the wheel, because that's an automatic failure, okay? Don't take your hands off the wheel. So we got we got on the road, right? And then here comes the roundabout. Y'all, I already practiced for this, so I had this in pack and make sure I got that roundabout. You know what? Ain't no deductions for the roundabout. I did the roundabout really, really good. All right, so the whole test is going good. I pretty much did really, really good on my test. What he was petty, so he took things off for example, I was at a light, right? And the light was green for a while, and then he told me to turn right last minute. So I'm like, okay. So I'm turning right, and then this elderly woman starts walking the street on the other side. So I'm right here, right? This is her, and I'm about to turn. I'm right here about to turn. She decides to walk. So the light turns red, and I'm on the crosswalk. So you guys, make sure you look if somebody's coming, and make sure you are not on the crosswalk before the light turns red, because the light turns green on the other side and you're on the crosswalk. Deductible, baby. That was a big deductible for me because I was stopped in the crosswalk. But he was being petty, but he put the points back on when I told him, oh, the lady was coming, I didn't want to hit her, basically. So that's what happened. Other than that, real good. As I said, make sure you schedule your driver's test after rush hour, okay? Make sure your driver's test is after rush hour, baby. All right? So, after that, basically, the test went really, really good. You go through a neighborhood, you do stop sign. Example, if the people during the intersection, if the people who don't have a stop sign have the right of way. So make sure you stop, right? So you're going to stop right by the line. Then you're going to pull up, stop again to make sure nobody's coming, all right? You're going to stop twice when it's a one-way stop sign. So if I'm going this way and there's a one-way stop sign, make sure you stop twice. So stop, ease up, stop, look, and then go, okay? That's what you need to do. That's one thing I did wrong. He told me. I agree with that because my driving teacher told me that too. It's just something I forgot. But make sure you do that too. You guys, I got a deductible because I didn't move up enough. So make sure you move up enough. Don't hit the curve because they're going to say you crashed. So just move up, up. Just try to look at the car next to you. Make sure you move it up. Do not back in because you're just setting yourself up. Make sure you pull in when they tell you to pull in the parking space because you will have to pull into the parking space to park and turn the engine off. Okay, so then they take you out the car. Y'all, when he told me to come out the car, right? He was telling me everything I did wrong, and I'm just like tearing up, like, and then he's like, but you passed. By the ass crack the door. By the ass crack the door. Y'all, I passed by, like, I got like an 85, but you have to have an 80 to pass. So make sure you guys practice. Do not take the test until you're 100% comfortable. I still passed on my first try. They said that's not bad because you're what, 18? He was like, you drove really, really well. It was just certain things you need to do. You didn't even, he told me that I didn't even attempt to cause an accident. So, baby, why'd you keep the 85? I did really, really well. But anyway, that was the story time of me taking the test. Now I'm going to get into the tips and tricks, things I really, really did when taking the test. So one thing I really, really did, I meditated a lot. I basically calmed myself down, made sure I was ready enough to take the test. Didn't psych myself out. I thought about it a lot, but I tried not to doubt myself. I tried not to doubt myself a lot. So yeah, good thing to do is to go over the test, like the learner's test again, so you can know what you exactly need to do. That really, really helps. It really helped me in the long run, and it really made me make sure I knew what I was doing. The next thing you need to do, you always need to know the speed limit of where you're going, because he asked me what's the speed limit when I was going. And I'm glad I looked at the speed limits, because I was in the school zone and the speed limit was 15. But in DC, the speed limit all the time is 25. So make sure you guys know that the speed limit is always 25. Don't go over 25. Don't go too under. Make sure you're like at 20, or like, make sure you're at 20 or 21, 22. Make sure you're going around that area, or maybe they're going to try to say you're going too fast. Another thing you need to do is always use your turn signals, you guys. Make sure you use your turn signals, or they're really going to deduct you. I always use my turn signals. He told me to turn right at the light, baby. But once I got over, I made sure my turn signal was on, because it always. Oh, and another thing is, make sure you turn your turn signal off, or like when you're getting over, make sure you turn it off, or they will deduct you for that. Yeah, so you guys, make sure you look over your shoulder. Like, so when you're driving, right? He tells you get over, signal, look beside you, look over, then get over. So when you're driving, right? Signal, look over your shoulder, over, okay? Another thing is, make sure you know your stop signs. So when I say know your stop signs, I mean know if it's a two-way stop sign, a three-way stop sign, or a four-way stop sign, okay? A two-way stop sign means, for example, I have a stop sign and the other people going don't. Make sure you know your stop signs, okay? A diagonal type. So if you're like, if there's like this, and then there's like just a one-way street. For example, if it's a one-way street and then going like this. So that's a three-way stop sign. Four-way stop sign is everybody has to stop. Okay? So when you're doing a two-way stop sign, make sure you stop twice. You have to stop twice when you do two-way stop sign. You have to stop. Fully stop, look over, ease on, stop a little bit, then turn. Make sure you do that when it's a two-way stop sign, when the other people have the right of way and you don't. Just make sure you do that. Make sure you yield to everybody. For example, when you're turning at a light and the person's going really slow, do not turn. Make sure they go first, because that's yielding. They will deduct you for that. So you have to let the person go, all right? Especially when it's not a green light saying you turn. You have to give the person the right of way. Now if they're like all the way back there, okay, you can go. But if the person is right there but it's going slow, don't go, baby. And don't ease into the crosswalk. Make sure you're behind the crosswalk. Make sure you're behind the crosswalk at all times. Don't ever get on the crosswalk, okay? Alright, so don't ever get on the crosswalk. Alright, so another thing is, baby, if you are at a stoplight, do not get comfortable and put your hands down or have one hand on the wheel. Make sure your hands are on the wheels at all times. I know if you're really comfortable with driving, some people start driving at like the age of 12, so you know what you're doing. Don't take your both hands off the wheels, baby. No, don't do it. You can't do that. That's a fail. Another thing is pay attention to your blind spots. So a blind spot is, for example, if you're getting over, there's somebody like right next to you, or like not right next to you. This is the car and they're like, this is your car and they're like right here. Make sure you are very comfortable with your blind spots. Make sure you know how to check them. Make sure you know that you have to do it every time you switch lanes. So make sure, basically, just make sure you're comfortable with your blind spots. Always check your blind spots to show them that you know what you're doing and you know not to just jump over, okay? Another thing is, when you are going downhill, do not press the gas. You guys, do not press the gas when you're going downhill. You guys, make sure you have if you have eye trouble, you don't have your glasses, make sure you have your glasses. Make sure you have your contacts, because they will look on your learners and make sure you have it. Yes, you do have to take the eye exam before you get your license. you do have to take it. If you have your glasses on, they'll see that you have your glasses on. Make sure you guys are very, very comfortable when you are driving before you take the test. Make sure you are comfortable with your driving before you take the test. It will be a lot less anxiety on you, a lot less stress. You will make sure you're confident before you take a test. When I took my test, I made sure I was confident. I made sure I went on the road. I made sure I went on the test roads before I took the test, so that was really, really helpful. So guys, make sure you go around the area you take the test in. Practice, practice, practice. Get a lot of sleep. Meditate on it. Yeah, just do a lot of that. An extra thing is, when you are turning a corner, make sure you slow down. Okay? Don't whip around the corner. Make sure you slow down. Alright? Okay guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it so much. I hope this helped you a lot. I will leave a lot of links in the description, a lot of meditation music, a lot of videos that would help you, that helped me during the test. You guys, don't stress yourself out. You got this, you can pass it. You gonna pass. It's alright, baby, just breathe in. If you don't pass, try again. It ain't nothing. You don't have to try again, because there's a lot of people. There's nothing wrong with failing your test the first time. Just make sure you're very, very confident when taking the test the first time, okay? So guys, I really hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button. Hit the notifications bell so you can see when I post. And follow me on my social medias. They are down below. And I hope you guys have a great, great day. And I love you guys so, so much. Bye.
But I don't feel like smiling.